Please turn to page 7 of the prayer book for refuge in bodhicitta. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. The destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, go the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of gods, protectors harm, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, bird-like cloud, O loathsome drop, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples, in space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable guru, smile brightly with delight, pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine, as supreme merit, feel for my mind of faith, your wisdom mind sees full range of Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear, and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned ape mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, prelude serene of vast profound Dharma, on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine. May it make venerable old song droplets, essential teaching specially shine forever. Midway, Wei, Ter, Chen, Chen, Rei, Zig, Zhi, Mei, Ken, Pei, Wang, Po, Zhang, Fel, Yang, Du, Ku, Ma, Gu, Zhong, Sei, Song, Wei, Dog, Yan, Shen, Ke, Pei, Sung, Gen, Tong, Ka, Pa, Do, Song, Ta, Pei, Sha, Bla, So, Wa, Dem, O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus I have heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Radagri on Vulture Mountains, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time the spirit of Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the spirit of Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the spirit of Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form is not other than form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, and no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasom gate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Tayata om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhisoha. Through the power of the truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shante kuri soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here right now. Saji puki junshi me tong tramri rablingji ni de gempaji sangye shingdu mi Chodong choke chonam la janchu badu dagni kapsu chi dagi chunyam gi pesunam gi jola penche songge dropa sho. Chodong choke chonam la janchu badu dagni kapsu chi dagi chunyam gi pesunam gi jola penche songge dropa sho. Chodong soki chonam la janchu badu dagni kapsu chi dagi churnyam ki pesonam ki jola penche songge dropa sho.
Okay. Good evening. It's cold. A lot windy, right? Yeah, it's good. Snow coming this week? It's rain? When? Oh, Sunday raining? Wow. Oh, really? Wow. It's good, no snow. Anyway, this is a change. Yeah. Yeah, this is good for the lights, but I'm too lazy, I didn't wear it. Sometimes I thought, okay, well, then I didn't much pay attention. Usually, it's a science of the getting old, so you need to glass. Losing hair and the gray hair, red. Then we have some, how you say, wrinkles. And we have wrinkles here. Usually I don't see Westerners have much wrinkles here. Usually Tibetans have a lot of wrinkles. But when you're getting old. Anyway, it's okay. We are very grateful. We able to show the signs of the getting old. Otherwise, when you die teenagers, you don't get a chance that. You just reach, wow, I'm very grateful. I'm just stay age like this years. It's grateful. Just rejoice. Not thinking about I'm going to close to die. Your dead place here, you maybe walk a little bit. It's okay, it's no problem. Buddhism is men things always talk about the dead, dead. When you think about that, you prepare something. If you don't think, then you don't prepare. Anyway, what are you looking?
I just got this prayer book. Just want to see if it's similar to this one.
Oh, no, different. It's all different ones.
They actually have
Yeah.
continued making those.
Yeah,
Is there
there.
another one or two?
This one is number one, probably one.
Yeah.
Got two more coming in, they're gonna be free. That's the end. It's this gold one.
Good.
It doesn't have the heart sutra in it.
It does have that page 77. But it's different than that's why, because I memorized it.
Really?
But then it's slightly different, so I always, when I read it, I had to read it here.
How can come two different Hastras? There are only one Hastra.
Well, small things though, like this one says the Blessed One, and that one says the Bhagavan, and that one, like,
Maybe different translators.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. It makes sense. Anyway, everyone try to, great motivation. We study or we practice, how you training your mind. 7 steps training, 7 steps to training your mind. This is very, very powerful, very, very powerful practice. If you do, if you don't do this, you don't have much. You don't have much any movements, right? Usually, basically, people like to very famous names, huge books, Kalachaka, Mahamudra, Tsopachambo. They like to hear very high, names. It doesn't care this much things. This 7 is mind training. Yeah, I know that. But this is more than important to the high prati, high realizations. Because if we don't have the foundation of like this kind of practice, even you study or you try to practice at the high levels, it doesn't get any change. You don't feel any movement. Therefore, we cannot think this type's very small or very easy. But it's really not easy. It's Geshe Chekawa. He put all the kanjurs, dangers put here, combined. Very short versions, very meaningful. Right now, especially also the new book readers read huge thick book. The meaning is just pick up here a little bit, pick up here a little bit, put together. I wrote this. This one's easy, not easy though. Very essence of Buddha, all the teachings in here. When we really practice or more meditation to every day, couple minutes, this practice, couple months, you'll feel different. Yes, I'm really sure. You become different person. Okay? Therefore, we're almost done. Next we'll finish. Yeah, that not much. We already done to main things. If you get something or not, I don't know. We all finish. Therefore, there are 7 types. What the first one? Preliminaries, right? Practice preliminaries. It has a whole lumrums of that. Lumrum has 2 books, right? Whole lumrums here. First, dead impermanent, and then cause and effect, then perfect human rebirth. I'm just saying whatever my mouth coming, that Guru devotion, then Chawamatawa legend, the falls of the samsara, right? Like that. You need to understand their whole process. After that, what? Then real bodhicitta, how is that? Actual
bodhicitta.
Actual bodhicitta. Actual bodhicitta. It has 2 parts, right? What are there? Two kinds bodhicitta.
Aspiring and ultimate.
Then
Ultimate and
Yes. Convention.
right? Very, 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 very low voice. Yeah, that's right. Once conjoin the bodhicitta, the mind, and then understand the emptiness. Then that was a real bodhicitta, right? The 2 kinds. Let's talk about bodhisattvas have both. Bodhisattvas understand the emptiness, also they have bodhicitta. That kind of practice. Then, third one?
exchanging self and others.
Yeah, that's very important. Okay? Anything you happen, anything you have headache, if you have some feedback, you say, oh, this is for my own karma. Rapandana. Also, never ever anyone has this kind of experience. I am experienced for this for behalf of the all sentient beings. Whether any kind situation. Okay? Then 4-1.
Converting unfortunate circumstances onto the path.
Lo 정해서 들어도 저거. 그지? 정해서 No, I think you guys not very follow all the orders. The practice of your life, something like that. No, yeah, the 4-1. Yeah, 5 powers. Yeah, how is that? Chik, whole life. How do you English translate?
But isn't that in the context of taking unfortunate circumstances onto the path?
four power, the lifetime practice summarized.
Yeah,
That part.
lifetime.
The five power.
5 power inside that. Okay?
Yeah, I thought that when we said if we had trouble with taking adversity onto the path, then you had to practice the 5 powers more.
The four practices.
4 practices.
Yeah, before for practice. Right? Jengi Shanchalam de Jirwa. Timare.
말다 계속 경영을 change는 줄 맞으나 같이 올렸어.
Anita ani tanda nyamni shit chegores.
Yeah. So those talking about the four practices, right?
Right? Right? Soksaba dipajawa. Jombola tomajaba. Ani karo. Soksaba dipajawa. Landela tomajamba. Chushonla tomapawa.
So the purifying, right, negative is accumulating merit, offering to the spirits, right, and then offering, to the protectors, Dharma protectors. Those 4 practices.
Okay? 속사고를 저와장고를 아니 소소가 힘을 내자더니 그랬더니 아니 landela tomajanga 그랬어.
So you have to purify the negativities, you have to accumulate merit, and then you have to pay back, to the spirits.
아니 소소라야 대저와라 조던 틀려지면 주전라 tomap고 그랬어.
And then you make a ritual cake offerings, to the Dharma protectors, to give you supports for doing your practice.
대시와치 다 나와 시와데 제치기념네 리데탄 바스.
And then the 4th one is lifetimes practice summarized.
아니 텔라야 아니 주선이 잡지 똥가단 잡았다. 아니 시가 똥가단 되냐면 제죠.
So then you have those, there you do the 5 power practices in one lifetime, and then how do you do it during the lifetime, during one lifetime, and how do you do it, especially at the time of death.
아니 당보된 펜바이 왔다 그랬어. 가르쳐와나.
So the first one is having a proper resolution, resolute.
아니 디감 펜바시베 아니 다 유들라니 곰리하고 셔고 그랬어.
So it's just like a motivation, right? So it's saying that I'm going to do this, this, and so forth. So on top of having that, then you have to also familiarize yourself, with the practices.
아니 디질라야 아니 다 소소고 링아에서 이제 강 도도 주소진 시답실라 개와야 버렸고 그랬어.
And then after that, one should engage in the virtuous action as much as possible within, throughout the 24 hours, through once the body, speech, and mind.
아니 디질라 아니 나지지 뜻발라 아니 녀섬다 아니 신좀 미집에 dom선의 집에 거네 가지 아니 뜻바고 샤고 그랬어.
And then you have to, purify the negativities by having strong regret, towards the negative karmas one has created in the past, and making a strong promise, to not create in the future again.
아니 디질라 아니 소소 강 사샤베 개와디 대সম사로 개와나 아니 산제토베 제른도 봐 상지고 셈 제가 제른도 홍와요 그러고 그랬어.
And then the next one, the 5th one is the power of prayer, where you pray or dedicate, whatever you have, whatever merits that you have accumulated, you dedicate that, to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings.
어때 따때 주든지 잡실 때 삼고 그랬어. 디질라야 아니 똥가세디 아니 다 소소변에 다 쇼와라 얘기와이나 아니 냠매체고 그래서요.
And so those you have to do, in your 24 hours, right? So within 24 hours of your day, you have to do that practice. And then also there's this 5 power practice you do at the time of death.
간지 아니 소소 다리고 그래서 그러다.
So that's to prepare yourself. Yeah.
아니 땅가와다 로조에 덴리르지네 다 로조에 천도 소소라 다 소소 로조에 와 천도 간에 하고 그래 간에 연결해 해서로 다 떼는 거 좀 작은 거.
And then the 5th one is the measure of having trained the mind. So how do you know whether your mind is trained or not? That's important to understand.
아니 산지가야 아니 수럽 아니 비진리 드섬 간주든지 차상게 대나다 딱 찔러 푸드도 하고 그래서.
And so all the meaning, of the Buddha's teachings, all the translated, the translated teachings of Buddha and the translated commentaries of the Buddha's, Buddha's teaching, and also, all the abbreviated, the middling and the extensive Perfection of Wisdom Sutra.
다 나중에 쭉 가리지 냠네 제와 나네 소소고 단즈 봐 추는 줘야 제시와 로종 간지 냠나 제반다 수수지지 다한테 봐 추는 거나 다 로종하고 로종 체 로종 요레스.
And so whatever practice you do, whatever actions you engage in, if that helps, to reduce or minimize, your self-grasping ignorance, then that is the sign or measure of having trained the mind.
와. 아다 다는 게다 주도도 시와이나. 지 소소라 강년도 지 담만도 들이 좀 갑라야. 아니 지 샘투만도 지. 아니 지 샘레레 데이터원도 지. 아니 지 샤주고 샘다 샴바는 이제들이 곰통이잖아. 아니 로종에 요레스.
So, and especially at the time when you are facing some difficulties, adverse conditions, and at that time, being able to sit relaxed and focused, and and on top of that, be able to generate loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, then that's the measure of having trained the mind.
아니 남주고 강에 매we 갈라야 다 주파가서나 오치 지다 수수리 수수다 수수로 강에 들어와나 수수로 받는데 갈라야 강에 들어 갈라 뜬데 다 주네 주다 냠내가 주 저와로 치는 명에 제가 자되나 아니 다 로야고 좀 때문에 다래.
So other time when you are not facing any problems, you pretend to be a great practitioner, but the time when you are facing difficulties or problems, then you go nuts or crazy, and that's the sign that you have not trained your mind.
Right? 나도 도시 강가 자리가 갈라다 사마 야도 가요 여러 미 사마.
So usually, when there's no problems, when you're not facing any problems, then you are relaxed, right? You are very subdued, feels good.
아니 지 강에다 원체 지 대이 갈라 텐데 가서 샘 따고 자도 오면 와.
So usually, when we are facing some problems, then and at that time, then we are not able to really control our minds, right?
오케이. 너 데데다 안에 지 남주 다 텐데지 텐데 갈라야 안에 지 샘투마도 와지 수수 샘다고 자도와 아니 샴바다 이제 샤죠 샘티 값이 텐도와이나 아니 대갑 출라 이치 말 이치 제동이나 안을 달로 야고 정거 다는 거에 잘.
So if you have not trained your mind, then you will not be able to do that, right? So at the times when you are facing difficulties, if you are able to sit, relax and control your mind, and on top of that generate loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, then that's the sign that you have trained your mind.
아니 지 제다 갈래 잡고 왔지 지 가디나 샤주고 샘다 샴바니 제사 지 로라 지 아니 지 가도 림징 한가 양가 용대로 쇼나 다 로야고 장가 다 살아와.
And so without having much, without going through much difficulties, if you are able to generate loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta on a daily basis, then that is the sign that you have trained your mind.
오케이. 다 전서 로종 지어서 로종 살아.
So what do you think? Do you have any of those signs? Have you trained your mind?
너 대나지 남중한조 빼나 깔리 카쇼도 소소라야 지창은 드문도 창은 용문도 랍시나 티캅다 깔리 카쇼레스.
So the most difficult, to control our mind, the most difficult situation to control our mind, is at the time when somebody criticizes you, right? Now when somebody says you are not right, what you're doing is wrong, and so forth like that. And so at that time, it's really difficult to control your mind.
텐디 qab라야 다쿠 칸라와 땡아테 켈리차고레 삼도 많이 받지. 디그 소소 셈 투마치 받지 네네 파테 고 다tamma 소고로.
So at that time, it doesn't mean that you have to accept that you are wrong or you are not right. You don't have to accept that. But what is important, at that time is to not have your mind disturbed.
Okay.
The anger and the hatred and so forth, right?
오케이. 당한존 디 칸라마 저랑조 다사치 가서 디를 두바데 로종 담스세야 되레스. 로종 담스데 로종 랍자니 직반로 열어서 이제.
So then the next one is the commitment, right? And so the commitment of the mind training. So commitment on the mind training and the practice of the mind training are very similar.
아니 로종 담스라는데 제 초고 말에 쌈 초고 말에 써야 되레스.
So the
로종
commitment.
랍자스나 언데 제 고고인데 쌈 고고를 써야 되는 거죠.
So commitment is to saying that you should not do this, should not do that. Once you have taken the commitment to do the mind training practice, then you should not do this, you should not do this. And then practice of the mind training is the other side. You should do this, you should do this. You have to do this. If you train the mind, then you have to do this practice. You have to do this. So One says you should not do, other says you should do. So that's the
Okay.
only difference.
다치라도 depth, so you can put your book in the table. Try to meditation for the outlines. Close your eyes or open your eyes, whatever you want, okay? Try to, force, maybe in the first outline, maybe check maybe 1 hour, try to inside there, whatever. The second, maybe 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 minute. Third, 1 minute. Fourth, 1 minute. 1 minute. Total is 5 minutes. Okay? Then try to remember. Try to remember inside all them. Otherwise, you have book, you just, it doesn't work. You need to put you in mind. You always looking book close, your mind close. Your mind in complete block. Therefore, you need to, keep your mind. Therefore, don't look book. Try to much you can. Okay? Start now. Okay? Are you done? Or you're not sure where you're going? Do you have any idea? How many people go through all 5? No one? How about 4? How about 3? 3? How about?
I did 5, but I didn't do them well. Like I missed parts of them.
But this is not how you practice, okay? If you look at all the book, your book cover just your mind just completely switch off. You need to, one day you're not able to read book. Just lay down. And you think your whole practice will come to like picture you. You need to like movie. You need like we need like that. Otherwise, book not with us all the time. Therefore, you don't have to memorize like that. You can just
So even if you don't remember all the words, at least
Yeah.
just understand, get the meaning. If you can remember the meanings, in a short, then that's good enough.
Okay, yes.
Like the 4 practices condensed to the 3rd power of the white seed. It
Gotcha.
seems like they kind of fit in that category.
4 practices.
Yeah.
다행히 냠내시여라. 냠내시 초사에 맞아. 조시. 디디. 디디 가서 그 가부 사병 더블 수거를 봤어.
그 subject 하러 와서 그런 subject 하러 와서. 나 까보 소용이 답 용하게 답신을 그래.
Yeah, so the accumulation of the 초사들하다.
Yeah.
Yeah, the accumulation part, yes, you can say, the white seed, the power of the white seed. It's a similar, anyway, so it's a different category, in this text, and it's a different category, but yeah, that's also a means, to create the white seed.
The 4 practices are categorized as a different point of the mind training than the 5 strengths.
Yeah, yeah.
So when some of them kind of cross over and they seem like they're kind of the same, even though they're different categories.
Yeah, 그거 subject 하가이나 그런 집어들어도
시다 다 대나 집어집어로 용어로 코인지 거기 간 들어야 들어 간 걸.
Yeah, they're all related, so yeah, it can be similar.
오케이. 다 되는 간도 로종가 담식도 있지.
So now we're going to go through the commitment of
Okay.
the mind training.
다 지난 데서 로쇼 왔지. 쉬던 소리 따들럽 세웠네. 젠진연로 뜨디 마술 세시번도.
Yeah, let's read that all together. The commitments of the mind training, okay? Constantly train in 3 general points. Change your attitude while remaining as you are. Don't speak of others' defects. Don't reflect on others' shortcomings. First, purify water. Give up all hopes of reward. Discard poisoned food. Don't hold a grudge. Don't make malicious scam. And don't lie in. Don't strain this heart. Don't put a house's hold on a pony. Don't sprint to win a race. Don't misuse this practice as right. Don't turn a god into a demon. Don't seek suffering as means to happiness.
Okay? Do you understand the meaning? You have no idea what to talk about. It's good. Then the line, but then they maji say
So here, like I mentioned earlier, it says don't do this, don't do that.
다 동보 시동 섬라 따다 러버센도 단들 숨이 그래서
So the first, they're talking about the 3 trainings. the 3 points, right? So 3 general points.
아니 다 로종은 냠내 지게나 수수 칼 켈라위게 담자도 망가고 있고 그래서.
And so if you are a mind training practitioner, then you should not transgress your vows.
아니 토춤 마셔와 시작하고 그래서 다 가는 다 간절 로종 제게는 연도도 전에 아직 다시로 남라 제 말씀을 들으러 그래.
And so you should not, you should not pretend, to be a practitioner while you do all the bad things.
아니 로종 쇼레와 제요 말해서 대선데 시동선만 따들랍 세대. 아니 로종 쇼레와 제요 말해서 선바디 쇼레와 제요 말해서.
그래서
쇼레와 마성와
올해 나보다 대시 좁아들어라
좁아들
Yeah, so I don't know what you word I use here. The
로조
first one,
쇼레와
right? So the
마성
first one is the mind training is to very carefully observe all 18 of the mind training commitments without contradicting. So just like mentioned, so whatever vows you have taken, you should should not transgress them. And then the second it says the three general points. The second one it says the commitment of mind training is a commitment not to be reckless or arrogant by thinking, so like pretending to be a good practitioner while one is not really good. That's like that. And then third commitment, the mind training is commitment to avoid being biased towards others. Yeah.
오케이 다 담보대 yes
I have no clue what this means. Don't sprint to win a race.
글쎄 오도 그렇고
Order.
you are coming there okay you are coming one by one okay 다 담보대 가른 나랑에 칼라면서 나네 가로서 배나 소들을 샹서 상하고 너무 못 등소 켈라에 왔는데 등소도 망가고 치고 그래서 근데
So
가시 그냥 땅가 로종이 냐면 칭이 등소도 마도 송보고 매 너도 칭이 드레치야 말이지
And so the first one is saying is that the one should keep one's vows, whatever vows that one has taken, right? So we have the solitude, individual liberation vows. We have the Bodhisattva vows, and we have Tantric vows. So all those vows that we have taken, we should keep them properly. It should not say that, oh, I'm a mind training practitioner. I'm a mind training practitioner, and therefore I don't have to keep these vows properly. You should not think like that. So as a mind training practitioner, the commitment of mind training practice, is to keep these vows properly.
그렇지 다 이번에 것이 뭐다 다 네가 된다 또 가나 아니 수수 이제라 로존다 수수 지 냠내 제 연도도지 대밀파 잡라지 어때 맞으라고 다 된다 소데
And the second point is very important. That's saying that you should not broadcast to others saying that, oh, I'm a good mind training practitioner, or you should not be reckless or arrogant about your practice.
태강도 시절라 빼대 나도 배회 그냥 그 가로 전들라 그랬어 배워도 시절도 가둘라도 나도 배우지 전에 빡빡 놓고 내가 그러서 시절도 가둘라도 와
So yeah, so this is especially for the Westerners, very risky, right? Very easy to happen because they always tend to say, oh, I'm so and so, I'm this, I'm that, and so forth. So Tibetans, of course, they also have that in mind, but they usually hide it or say it in a hidden way, indirectly, indirectly.
나도 이것도 앞에나 지지처럼 또 쇼진데 야보래 돼 이나야 가시가 알로섬 참 때문에 지지 제와 니니 제와도 진 파초 마티나 대셔야 되는 거 같다. 네가 가지 단 내용 거 생내용 거 고스는 간도
So it's good that you did the practice, but you don't have to go on telling people. So because even if people don't ask you, you just keep saying, oh, I did this practice, I did it, I read these books, I did other, I did 3 years retreat and so forth. So you keep on going telling people, even if they don't ask you. So this is what it's talking about, the second point.
되게 안에 제야보다 예야데 다 지금 미가 야본토야 미가 지금 소소 땀다 년라다 톱다 고사 된지 영화 간지 미가 어제 제가 대해서 뭐 그런 거 되지나 그 주다다 연구 만데 로종 매래고 말이.
So it's good that you did all those practices, all those studies, but when you mention this to other people, deep down in your mind you have this expectation, to have from people, to respect, to have a respect from people, like people to look up you and respect you and so forth. So you have that kind of motivation in your mind. So if I tell them, then they will respect me. Not directly, but indirectly you have that. So that makes you not a good practitioner.
양카저 가 로종 냠네 책 인세 지금 땅가도 사카절라다 사들라 지 라당 러당들이 내들은 전조 말 상목 조금 말이 집중 좀 어떤 여다 근데 여 이나 밑에 가 로종 냠네 가게 책 말사 돈돌아야 다 굳대 못 세지 어떤 노치 조금 말했어.
And so also it says reckless, right? So it means not being careful, conscientious. So like some people, some places there are nagas and spirits, residing in some places. So you have to be careful about those places. And then some people say, "Oh, I'm a mind training practitioner." So it doesn't matter to me. It's all in the mind. I can do anything I want. And then they'll go and then do certain things to disturb those beings, and that's not good. So that's being reckless.
다는 이제 가실 legendo nga joba이 nga 바이 nga 마 못라 지금 nga 조바 지원열미 지게 슐로라 틈이지 간좀이 된도 근데 어떤 배워나 못 보였어. 뺀니가 저거다.
And then also there are some people who pretend or who claim they are such and such practitioner, like I'm a great yogi, of such and such practice, like the Mahamudra or great completion practitioner and so forth. So those are again like showing off. So it's not good.
오케이, 됐지. 되니 봐지. 다스 바다 로조 쇼레 와서 마서 그래서.
And then the third one is, it says, like, commitment of mind training is a commitment, to avoid being biased towards others.
배나 다치 간지 너와 가실라 좀더 만받대 좀 많이 메고 그래서 하는 거서 왔다. 또
신라스가 맞아. 초래와 신라스.
더 쇼라. 너와 가실라 좀는 나 다니지 쇼레마다 된지 너와라 접하다. 제 너와라 못 접하다. 아니 제 너와라 저자 동안을 못 접하다. 대끈 접하 예장 아니 겐토도 봐봐라. 아니 맞아 봐. 왔다 되지 좋은 그래서.
So here also saying the bias, right? Bias being like, being able to take the sufferings of the spirit harms, but not able to take the sufferings of working hard, to practice dharma and so forth, like that. That kind of bias, and or being biased with others, other people. So like it says here, we might be able to endure harm from human beings, but find it difficult to tolerate harm from evil spirits. Or animals, or against whom might perform various destructive rituals, right? And or we might be able to bear being humiliated by a wealthy or powerful person, but not be able to bear being despised or belittled by a person whom we consider to be inferior to us in some way. So that kind of bias.
아니 절로그지 땡에 된저서도야 소소라 직강에도 릴란 나찬도 설마 누가노들 된저서 마타 많이 봐고 그래서.
So also not being able to not bear the sufferings of the body, speech, and mind from outside.
오케이. 대해서 뭐 다시 와대 단 넘바질라 랑사 쇼고세 들어와.
And so those are the 3 points, right? And then change attitude while remaining as you are. So change your attitude while remaining as you are.
다 니게 된다 그래서 더 고대원으로 보잖아. 저는 가래 명이 가래지 냠렘 바지 봐나. 셜록이 남주식 봐 샤고래. 근데 조조 저는 샘도지고 그래서.
And so what he's saying is that no matter how great practitioner you are, no matter how knowledgeable you are, you should remain as you are. Means like from outside you should always be exactly the same. By having knowledge or not having knowledge should be same. And being practitioner or not being practitioner should be same, from outside. But inside, of course, that's a big difference in you. But from outside, when people look at you, you should, be seen exactly same as not having knowledge at all.
아니 나도 배워나라 요래 대상 지진하라 들려기도 왔어. 따직 자와치기 돌로 남마다 공고를 샤몬 남마다 고치 인도도 싫어. 때문에 뭐지? 개모로 휴도 송송스.
And so it's in the Tibetans, also, and then also in the Westerners, they all like change themselves outwardly, like they say, "Oh, I'm a practitioner, I'm a monk," and then they wear certain kind of robes, and then wear certain kind of hats and so forth. So His Holiness says it makes him, it cracks him up. It's very funny, he thinks it's very funny.
근데 이자 같이 슐록 남주 젊고 왔지. 같이 지지 전에 지금 파드나 이거네 지금 미기 따다라 지금 냠냠 봐 지금 딱 미는 처마로 지인도 다 샘둘이야 두링한테 전에 때문에 요르다 지딩. 되게 많이 받고 그런 맞이나 가서 쇼스.
So some people they pretend to be very very great practitioner and like even like crying when they see a little bit of suffering and then they pretend to cry and by like being like pretending to be a great practitioner, but inside, not trained, the mind not trained. So that kind of thing is not good. So anyway, so you're saying that no matter what how great practitioner you are, you should always remain as you are.
Okay? 근데 이제 다 네가 간다나 내가 체크하는다 가시 냠렘 바이나야 실록 저와게 땅고 말이야. 소소소 생분지 바땅고 그래서.
I mean, so what is it?
실록은 로단티 아니 미kan가돈 톰바이고 그래서.
So what it is saying is that no matter how great practitioner you are from inside, outside you should always remain as you are. What it is saying is that from outside you should always be harmonious with others.
근데 자와이나 자와 끊고 꾸준히 덤바. 미자이나 미자 끊고 꾸준히 덤바이고 그래.
So if you are a lay person, then you should get along with the lay behaviors. If you are a monk, then you should get along with the monks' behaviors, monks' activities.
그 카이마다 시제도 배벨라마서 랍사저로스 딱. 아니지. ngole shamo mandawa ko khotala tote mandawa ko techi ta kanjuma chedenta tomo 배vel로 모두 랍셔죠. 아니 지제도 티 간주요. 아니 간주만 작도.
And so the Westerners are not to be blamed, because they are all taught by the Tibetan lamas, right? So the Tibetan lamas, they dress up all this like that, and then the Westerners, they think, oh, they can dress up like that too, and then they dress up like that also.
창조 도나지다 캔사들 동도 아미. 도로 캔사 건데게 즉 촬영담을 때는데 레기도 왔어.
So sometimes you see like some people, wearing very strange clothes, putting on very strange appearance and so forth.
쇼진의 자체에서는 쇼진의 자체에서는 쇼진의 보기체에서는 쇼진 보무체에서는 되는데.
So sometimes I feel like it looks the clothes kind of clothes that they wear sometimes looks like a robes, sometimes looks like a lay cloth, sometimes looks like a monk cloth, sometimes looks like a woman's clothes, sometimes looks like a man's clothes. So very strange, right?
걔네들이 다 도저히 간지 다 도저 맞이해서 거다. 니 된다데 된데 맞이해서 다 지한테 더 주만 참 맞이해라고 그러와.
So this is saying that don't do that, don't play false roles like that.
오케이? 대 시와들와 눈바질라 대 뺏는 것이 뭐다. 눈바질라 하서 줘서 뺏는 것이
So
뭐다.
that's the fourth one, right? So it's change your attitude while remaining as you are.
그래서 다 가도 용도 지나도 내 롤섬고 된다데 알레 당보던데 봐. 니 받은데 봐. 스만데 봐. 제 저도 뎁카져서 강가 저도 수치 업자다. 대 많이 있고 그래.
So this is what you have to try to remember, the number of the commitments. So this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, this is the fourth one, like that. Otherwise, if you close your book, then you will have no memory of any of these things.
이 수치 already up. Therefore, your computer we can separate. Now we are not play to self. We completely look again. 대지 다슨 봐 시바치. 다 나와대 젠좀 메조스 이야라님 봐 좀 샤세 되는데.
And then so then the next one is don't speak of others for others' defects.
간지 애네 그바단 제대면 봐. 아니 젠지 아니 주단지 때 강가전에 때 쩐줘야 말했어.
So what it's saying is that for no reason, don't criticize or don't talk about others' faults. Whether it's in terms of the Dharma or in terms of the secular life, whatever it is, you should not criticize or point out the faults.
때 지젤라테 쉐로서 그것이 배와 받는 쩐 뭐 제거를 배울로서 쇼를 배워라.
So this is very common in the Tibetan culture, because Westerns they don't do that much, but the Tibetans they always express the faults of other people.
어디 때 맞을라. 다 두바데 안에 가로 쇼제 가야 무슨 뭐 가제 아니 젠지 좀 무슨 바지 마셔봐 맞아 아니 때 설마 마셔봐 이거 그래서.
And then also is the next one is not thinking, right? Don't reflect on others' shortcomings.
아니 좋았어 무슨 지 가리나 나가네 걸 젠도도 멜 젠도도 그 사람들 젠젠젠 좀 당대요 말했어.
And so don't think about their faults all the time, and so he has this fault, she has this fault, and so forth. Not thinking like that.
가서 저런 거 지는 젠 통거래 젠 통화이나야 아니 대 소수를 변나 소수 나와라 내밤에 봐. 야만은 간수 삼아 미친 바 찍바리다 코 유전도 요 세그레 삼네 샤샤나 야요 그래서.
And so even of course we will see there are faults in others, you know. When you see them, what you should think, you know, instead of thinking bad about that, is you know, either you can accept it and say, oh yeah, that's the problem, that's same as me. Now I have that problem too, same as me. So you know, you accept that way. Or and then better would be if you say, oh, that's just my appearance, right? You know, it just that's how it appears to me, but that's not really how it is. You know, if you can think like that, then you will not think bad about that, you know.
아니 쥐어 여기다 양 연대 나리 먹이 심지 쥐어요 말에 미치고요 말 당아도 저도 밀어라 다 밀랍대 그런데 한번 밀라고 그래.
And then you can also compare with other with the good qualities. You know, oh yeah, they have bad qualities, but they also have good qualities. So think about the good qualities, and then you know you don't think so much bad about the bad qualities.
나도 참아 연대 찍바 미스 찍어봐지요 말에.
And so we all have, no matter how bad we are, we also have some good things, right? Everybody, no matter how, so they all have, you know. So everybody has some good qualities, and not everybody has same kind of qualities, but they all have some kind of different qualities, right?
사버도 수수고 조보 조모 레칼로지나 쥐어 쇼다는 친이야 보이 말네 그딩 가서 조보만 참아 자는 거라.
So especially, you know, expressing the faults of one's spouse, one's partners, one's friends, or colleagues, you know, then you know, if you express their faults, then it will, you know, be very difficult to get along with them.
오케이. 대 가도록. What number that? 두 받으러 왔어.
That's the sixth one, right? Fifth or sixth, yeah. Yeah, that's
와.
sixth.
쇼제 가야 무슨 무엇을 너라 쓰대.
Not reflecting on others' shortcomings, right?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
In this translation, it says, "Do not think of others at all."
Others at all?
Yeah, yeah.
Shengarsa?
It's in here.
알아 쇼제 가야 무슨 뭐.
Chokshin.
아, 쇼제 가야 무슨 뭐. 지금은 다 그래도 왔어. 쇼제 가야 뭐다. 쇼제 막 가야 삼아요 말이야. 네 세마다 시디 된다다 연지 쩐삼아요 말만. 셴심이 셴마
Yes,
맞음.
don't think about others at all. That's the actual, you know, the word. But when don't think about others at all, don't think about others at all. So nothing at all? Not, you know, what I'm saying is don't think about others' faults at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of yours.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Fault, think about your own fault. Don't think others' fault all the
Yeah.
time. Okay? Otherwise, we always have to think about others. Yes.
I was wondering, sometimes culture will go against some of the practices, like in American culture, the saying goes that women will bond by praising each other and not meaning it, and men will bond by criticizing each other and not meaning it. It's like, sometimes it's like what they do, especially men work together, they always make fun of each other and they say this, but it's a way that they bond and become friends.
No, it's okay. If you doesn't know it, but
Yeah, you know, like if you're making fun of each other, right?
Yeah.
Jokingly saying something bad about him, you know, that's okay. As long as he doesn't get offended, you know, by that.
same 그때는 소소 막아내 아니 밑에 쫄는 다 뒤도라 그러면
So if you're just making fun of him, you know, out of joke, as a joke, you know, then that's okay. And if he doesn't mind, that's okay, right? So if he minds, then better not do that, you know. But if he doesn't mind, that's okay. So usually, you know, but if you express it, you know, from your, you know, from the mind, from inside, thinking about the bad quality of that person, then that's not good.
근데 처음 거는 커션을 lum바들랑 가서 먹고 납치고 못 왔어. 근데 가로 보몰라 저는 내가 가리이다. 볼라 졸라셔 가더라고 라면 좀 말이지.
So and culturally, like here, you cannot ask people's, like women, you cannot ask their age, right? Men, you cannot ask their wage. Is it? Is it like that? How much money you make? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, wages.
제가 뒤갔나 미파줘라 코다 뇌속에 완전 때 말을 합시다. 때문에 커션 남비슈도 뺀 라운드 안 했어.
So yeah, people, people get offended, right? When you women, you know, if you ask their age, they get offended. So then so therefore it's not good to ask them. But men, you know, if you get offended, you know, if they make a lot of money, of course they'll be so proud to tell you. But if it doesn't make enough money, they'll be like very offended, you know.
대대 남비슈도 빼 나도 이제 땡으로도 토바시고 열어. 누웠어.
So if you're a doctor, you know, you don't mind to tell them, right? How much money you make. So anyway, so Buddhism, you know, is very, you know, goes along, you know, with our, like, you know, day-to-day life things.
라는 따치와 있나 봐.
Yeah. So if you know how to do and put it into practice.
뭐 다데 나와도 다 돈받들라 가로. 뇽모 가지 내라지. 스탠드야 내가 지금 쇼타도.
And so then the seventh one, it says like first purify whatever affliction is strongest, right? Is that one?
다 나도 소소소나 가 소소 빼는 뭐 콘도 사고 아닌가 콘도 사고 예스 아닌가 싫어 차도 사고 싫어 메스 소소 하고 그래 근데 소소지는 너무 가디지는 체다 방법이 잡고 그래서
So you think about the afflictions in your mind, right? Delusions in your mind. What kind of delusion is most strongest in your mind? Attachment, or anger, or jealousy, or like that, So if you say, "Oh, I'm not a very jealous person. Maybe I have a stronger anger," then you should, strive to practice, to purify the anger.
오케이
That's what it's saying, right? So first purify whatever affliction is strongest.
오케이 대치 다 제와된 레버면 발라 레버 방스 레버 탐저 방스
Yeah. So then the fifth, the next one, it's the eighth, seventh, or eighth, seventh, right?
Seven is purified.
Purify. Okay, eighth, right? So give up all hopes, all hope of reward.
오케이 다 뒤에 배나 안에 로전도 공부했나 안에 그냥 가지고 배나 산통 걸린 ren통 걸리 안에 가라 미두 제와 담발라고 그래 간지게 든딜 안에 저밤 야요 말해서 하는 거야
And so it says like if thinking like if I practice mind training, and then I'll be able to see the ghosts, I'll be able to see the gods, and I'll be seen as holy person, and so forth. That kind of hopes.
오케이 근데 다 상급 다 같이 용 쓰기로 왔어
And so many people, tend to think like that, right? So they always have a hope of reward, for doing the practice.
아니 되지 다 뒤줄라 아니 되지 왔다 거와다 두친지 세 방스 두친지 세 마사 세 들어와
And then the ninth one is discard poisonous food.
아니 되게 두친지 세대 안에 라치 제당 안에 칼라던 것도 사고 왔네 와 있나야 칼라 두 들어서는 것도 신도 그러와
So it says discard poisonous food, right? So if you have to eat the food, but if the food is poisoned, then it's not good, right? It will kill you.
대리인자 단 가지 라친든지 끝내라니 아니 가르쳐 와야는데 야보요 말에 되게 아니 라친든지 매와 전에 거도 그래서 그러
And so whatever you do, out of cherishing yourself, will never be good. So whatever you do, you should do it without cherishing yourself.
아니 추탐주 때문에 디마다 삼고 그래 가디 임바다
And then always think about other phenomena, all the phenomena being lack of true existence, like illusion.
오케이 이거 got it
I have a question. Can we go back to just to give up all hope of reward? Because I completely understand that, but when you're dedicating merit
Mm-hmm.
when you're dedicating to the merit field in hope of the merit staying and not going away when you create anger,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually being able to get either to a pure land or something like that,
Mhm.
that's like a reward.
Mm-hmm.
그럼
저서 개바디?
다 뒤에
개바만 고바라.
저거 같은 집
대불을 레와 맞으세요.
다 뒤에서 다 소수가 된다 소수가
더 그런 게다 가서 다들 가서 등에 대부디 가서 가서 겨와산에 겨와된 거 와이나 안자 거기다 콘도산에 거기 매와 차기 말했어. 아는 될라 되는 거 뒤에는 하나 제가 지마도 가서 가서 대화절을 게 아니라래 안 소소 상고부터 아니라 뒤에 노래스 제토르스 라스 근데 상반에 뒤에 대화지고 말했어.
텐드가 말 땡이 코로 쪽 말 그노 때 키야메스 아니 그노 코로 가르치거든
다 내다는 망어에는 때 콘도 사는 게 좀 더. 뒤에는 가다 너무나 가라있어. 삼마저로. 뒤하고 말해서 그러네.
대 야고 싫어 말했어. 대좀 로된 거는 그래서 나 그런 거 때문에 같이 아니 지다 간신데 망원한 데를 펜도고 말했어. 네 펜도 가져나 아니 sem제도 산적 고마도 전도 거든다. 망원은 좀 더 거든다. sem제도 산적 도에 제 최등에 모기는 그 때서도 같이 하는 거로 봐.
더 같이 다들 데벌을 해와줘 그래.
다된 저 대다 된 데벌에 왔자 소수기 제거 말아. 네긴 데벌에 왔자 소수가 캡상 뒤쳐다 그러 봐.
So usually when you're hoping for the reward, it's for your own benefit, for your own profit or for your own benefit, But if you're thinking that, I'm going to dedicate this merit, to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of others, then that doesn't become like this.
But what about if you say, I'm going to dedicate this so that I can become born in a pure land,
Uh-huh.
which is like being rewarded for
대 되게 말 대ngo야 보자고 말해.
Yeah, that's not the best dedication also.
That's not the best dedication?
That's not the best dedication.
Dedication 약쇼데 semjedamjo sanje kombatove 전도고 쇼송wa 대야쇼들.
So the best dedication is may it become a cause, for all sentient beings to achieve enlightenment.
nge tanda gewa saba 대 semjedamjo sanje 전도고 쇼송wa 대래.
And so like dedicating whatever merit that you have accumulated now, dedicating to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. That's the best dedication.
아니 나라 denro towa jingona te je원등 못 하는 거래.
대화전도 교르셔서.
대화전에 제와전에
대화전도 깨는 거는 상계다 상계 모습 제거를 상계 모습 잡아는 내 초야 붙여 도르지죠.
어다 드리러 삼나.
상계 투를 삼는.
또 드리러 삼나 안 되기로 왔어.
So again, why do you want to be born in Pure Land, right? So if you dedicate, to be born in the Pure Land, just so I can be happy there, then that's not very good dedication. So that I can meet with the Buddhas directly and receive teachings directly, and be able to practice more and be able to achieve enlightenment quickly then like when you step, the ultimate goal is to achieve enlightenment, even to be born there, so you can be born there and practice and then be able to achieve enlightenment. If your ultimate, wish is to achieve enlightenment, then that's okay. And for that, may I be born in the Pure Land, or for that, may I be born as a perfect human rebirth, then that's all good.
Okay, yes.
Thank you. Here, when they say reward, don't they just mean samsaric reward? Because even bodhisattvas do want the rewards of the liberation. And when they do it for the benefit of all.
그래서 대부스든데 대부를 외웠으든 대부를 외워져서든 다 고베 대부스 그러면서.
일단 닌 고백을 받는
고백 대우로.
직대 취직이라고 하는도.
Yeah, the worldly, the mundane rewards. Yeah.
Because we should strive for the
Yes,
rewards.
of course, enlightenment. Yes, yeah. 그래서 뒤로 뒤대부도 가서 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 정거라서 그러다.
야, 산지
상계
공부해도
상계 고판다. then 달배 대부로도 가서 정거.
대중고 대고 그래.
Yes, of course, you have to strive, to achieve enlightenment or liberation.
And even to develop concentration, they say to think of the rewards of single-pointedness, which is a part of the path. That's a form of reward.
대라다 가서 신내다 땡기지 고만 누가 되라. 대양은 즉 대부라 가서 레와지고 알았어.
레버드 치고다. 대신은 레버드 치러 군념내 하고 영어 치도 저기로.
Yes, you are hoping for the reward, but then what is your your reason for that, right? Why you want to achieve calm abiding or concentration, also that I can practice, emptiness, and so that I can. If you go back, ultimately to achieve enlightenment, then that's okay.
Okay. How's that? You got?
Yes, thank you.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So can I praying for your family or your children to be successful? Is that being selfish?
다 사포지는 제대로 들어와. 제 초고에 다시 제 초고에 됐어.
당예 나미
난 레더와도 그다 잡아는 레더가 당가도 대장자래 가서 관계 대노 장자래.
예 나미 되어나시 때나시 신다인 거 때는 신다도 성명을 실라나.
파 그가 지나야 대야 로종님 야청도 왔어.
Yeah, so you can say, so for my family, for my son, you can say, okay, may my son be good, just like my son, others wants to be happy too, so may all other beings be happy also. If you can like that, taking your son as an example, you apply that to other people also, then that's good, then that becomes better. But if you say, oh, because it's my son, I want my son to be happy, I don't care about others, just my son to be happy, then that's not very good.
오케이. 다 좋아돼. 아니 유사한테 봐서더라도.
Right, so the discard poison, and then so then the 10th, right, is the it says don't hold a grudge.
간제 편누지 차단가 완도 마서 그래서 안도 되래 된다디.
간데서?
아니 딱 소설라 편도지 소설 아니 잡아지.
소설라
소설라
그래서 콘돔 마스스 거더라도.
아,
콘돔 마데서로 그러더라.
되면은 조사한테 봐서 용사한테 봤나 간데 현지 내와시 발라 때네 소설 매직 소설라 내와시나 아니 대 맞아 코누 소데 버지.
네네.
아니 현지 소설라 지 편도지.
콘돔 마스스 거다. 셴게 소설 넣어서.
그제 때
셴게 소설로 넣어서 되는 소설 콘돔 마스스.
코누마 대선이 소마데라 인도다.
가서
샘도
그것도
소마.
하는다.
나 현지 내와시 봐 매제바 콘도 소마스.
콘도 소.
샘도 소마데지.
네.
아니 현지 소설라 편도라 되잖아. 야대 매제바지네. 야대 담는 tel라더니 잡아져와. 어떤지 따섬대야 말이야 도시.
So don't hold grudge, right? Don't hold grudge. So like if somebody causes harm to you, somebody says something bad to you, don't keep that in your mind since that person's very like angry. Don't become angry and then hold that against that person all the time, right? And also same thing like when somebody does a good thing to you, and then don't be attached to that, and then hold that in your mind. Don't be angry with the bad. Don't be attached with the good.
Okay. 아니 좋지. 다 주지 바데 아니 상은 마고선도
신한다 가르쳐다.
다 네가 가는 까지 다
맘제 마시면서.
맘에 맞아 찍지라 봐. 상만 같이 등은 봐 마셔서.
So then the next one is don't mock with malicious sarcasm. As even others speaks in the word that seem to nearly break your heart, strive to say no, not a single harmful word in response.
가지 아니 미치 바드 계셔 봐. 특 두바 특 도자들 배 계셔 말없어 가지 특 시제도 특 두중 넘어들 락도 가지 가지.
And so don't say anything bad, So when somebody says something bad to you, don't say same like bad thing back to them. Like the Westerners, they do more on that one, right?
배워라 배특 두자들이요. 맘에 저특 두들이요.
So you have like a particular words, right? Special bad words, to use, right? We all have that. Tibetans have that too, So.
근데 대한다 대 가지 뇌섬지 끊어놨는데 근데 특 두자들 배치 마당스러 봐.
And so out of malicious thought, don't use those kind of words.
말아. 대지 다 아니 주니 바데 아니 참마구세도.
And so then the 12th one it says don't lie in ambush.
다 되는 건 아니 소설은 메시지지 네반도 시네 로망보 시와나 맞아와지네 대랑이 니마치 때못 되어서들 섬냐마데세.
And so what is they saying is that don't hold like kind of a grudge in your mind, saying that this person has been saying so many bad things about me, doing so many bad things to me. I'm going to one day I'm going to like take revenge, and do really bad to this person or say something very bad to this person like that.
오케이? 근데 요래 내 루마데 때려 요래 콩아 레간 배송이 니마치 그 때못 되어서.
So like you think of kind of a revenge, right? Like you're taking a revenge, says, he fired me from my job, so one day I'm going to hide in a corner, and when he goes by, I'll like grab him or stab him or like that. So like kind of thought in your mind,
that?
right?
오다 텐데 맞아서 다 로조 냠네 제네 텐데 제 대평 말했어요.
So of course, as a mind training practitioner, you should not have that kind of thought at all.
아니 조선바데 아니 내람마 법사인 도와서.
And then the 13th one, is don't strike at the heart.
아니 다 미근 상저바다 아니 추점마다 집어버려도 텐데 맞아요.
It's very similar with the like don't lie in ambush or don't mock with malicious sarcasm and so forth, right?
아니 다 하나 이제 간지 뭐 봐서 샘티네 아니 상주야다 아니 지기지라 주시자에 어디네 맞으세요 들어와.
And don't cause disharmony or schism in among the workers and among the friends and so forth.
간지 는 팔레지 빈 팔레지 투도인데 바로 주시자에 대해서라 마시.
Like also slandering,
slandering,
like saying something good, bad about this person to that one and that person that one, and also making them get become angry or become enemy with each other.
Okay, 어때 같이가 들어서 원남받았어. 좋습니다. 와.
13th, right?
단 조케라나 마카스 아니 주시바티.
And then the 14th one is don't put a horse's load on a pony. Is that what question? Okay.
다디 안데 그 조라나 가서 샘젤라 조다 안에 지가로 랑고 가래 조세다 랑고니 단 조디 슈치야 요레스 랑고 슈추와 요레스 랑고를 봐주라 랑고라 조세데 셴바지
그래 야라
야말랑 조세데 야 셴바 바와데 바치 아마데 드레나 너체
아
바와데 랑고치 아마데 드레나
두스나
든지 야요
알레
아니 콜파 구티와 보데나 아니 다른 조락
네. So the actual word is like the zo, right? Don't place the load of a zo on an ox. So zo and ox, the ox, zo and ox, so it's just very similar, right? So the ox in the yak, in between it's like between the yak and ox. So the ox and the yak are more stronger, in carrying the loads. The ox, they cannot carry that much load. But anyway, so the zo actually is not really yak. It's like a similar to yak. The female is similar to yak, and the male is ox. And then the offspring or the child that's born from that, will be the zo. So still, zo will be stronger, than ox.
단디 대나 가는나 아니 소소라지 칸도 지 따때지 년가도 오셔나 얼 땡가 제명이 좀 코치에서 하는 간지 소소고 게 맞죠 왜 게한테 미션을 받게 해줘 봐서 코너에서 하지
이게 제 말은 그거죠.
코치 나자만 나한테 주도면 내가 뒤니가 내가 지금 제면서 코치에서 간지 세단 소소 제나야 소소 때 게래지 맞도 미션을 받가야셔 된다 그래서
So yeah, that one, you need lots of explanation about the zo and ox and all these things, right? So this is good, So horse is lord on a pony, right? So of course, horse will be stronger, pony will be less stronger. So pony will not be able to carry whatever the horse is able to carry. So this is good. Anyway, so it says, do not divert onto others, by various devious means, the blame that should fall upon yourself. So like say you did something, right? In a group, you did something, and it was you who made the mistake, and then but you say, oh no, I wasn't involved in that at all. It was not my fault. It was somebody else. Then you put on other people. So the blame that should have come to you, you try to put it on other people, like that.
그봐 나도 아직 또란다고 지는 미간게는 땡게 제바이 강가마 제바이 강념이 강가야 소소 늘요 잡시라고 돼.
So when you did something together and it becomes unsuccessful, then you say, oh no, it's somebody else did. Right? And then you did something together, and then when it becomes successful, then you say, no, I did it.
It's called corporate America.
Corporate America. Okay.
Okay.
So don't be corporate America.
어때체 말했어. 와 대가들 what number is
15th?
no 14 14 와. 다 장아바들 하더도 없어야 돼. 너.
디젤러래.
디젤라 하더도 없어야 돼. 너.
hala dödö ma bes. Te ma karsa te.
가로 조지 쯤 못었어야 돼. 너.
Karsa 나도 te 걸 가도.
저 칼라나 막 미자스.
아니 디젤라.
아니 쓰기나 아니 조지 쯤 못었어.
어디?
조지 쯤 못었어야 돼. 너. 조지 쯤 못었어야 돼. 다 된다로 늘으셔.
So don't sprint to win a race. It says, don't say that you alone have definite a person when you have done so with the help of others.
Don't take all the credit.
Yeah.
야, 된다로 봐. 추다 춘대내다 봐. 아니 저거다. 소소 년다. 된다 용 외쳤다. 다섯 번 많이 받더라 그래도. 조지 살면서 돼. 저도 간다시.
집어를 다 알아. 지금 다 가는데 집어도.
가지. 뒤뒤 집어다. 가운데 집어다야.
예. 가는데다 먼저 견디 미신다래서 파마자지.
파마자지.
단다디다 단다가 가서 되는 게
계속 소소 말했지.
So this is like, on the, so, like don't put a horse's load on a pony.
되니 집어야 돼. 조지
And don't sprint to win the race. It's very similar, right? So one, you put the blame on other people, and the other one you take the, all the praises, and all the benefit, to yourself.
되니가 집어야 돼. 정하면 안 해서.
So it says, don't say that you alone have benefited a person when you have done so with the help of others. Everybody did together, but then when it becomes good, then it says, oh, I did it, like that.
네가 집어, 네가 주셔봐야 집어지. 다 정하봐대. 니나라 하도도 말이지. 저도 가르쳐.
다가서 다들이 배저 독자 마당 살아서.
다 돈을 매자세요.
말해.
정하봐대.
뒤지라 가르쳐잖아.
근데 내가 더 특대 라면도. 조지 딸한테 해야다. 아는 조칼라나 막 되니 집어도. 네가 주셔봐지.
가서 되는 좀 버쳐.
조칼라나 맞아다. 조지 딸한테 되니 찍으셔. 다
저 홀란 메저스라 저기 쌤이 떠더라.
어떤 집 버셔.
또로 메자스라 또.
다 돌로 맞아 세들이도. 돌로 맞아 저거 돌로 맞아. 아니 다 소소가 내셔와다. 정에 빠져져 봐. 되는 게 제대로 로조 제가 말 되나 다 노르버레스.
Yeah, so again, don't misuse this practice as a right, right? So during the practice, during the practice, it's to just get rid of the disease, some kind of sickness or disease of this life, of this body.
아니 간저 꿀롱데 아니 딘데게 제대로 노르버레스.
So anyway, in other words, you're saying like I'm going to do this practice so that I can be free from the from this disease in my body. From the headache or the arthritis, whatever disease you have in your body, you want to get rid of that, and for that you do the practice. And so that will be misusing the practice.
돌로 맞아 때 정화 받으러 봐. 다 주르고 받에 사도도 보면서도. 다 사도도 보면서나 아니 로종지 다 로종 제발은 제가 이제 제와다. 아니 다나 지금 상심에서 제와다. 아니 다 투다 시주도 봐. 공도 용어 정하고 와서 다 대만이 봐지. 아니 저좀 공부해도 전에 소소랑 맞아치와 로바는 라도도 봐봐 잘하고 그래서 대마치스.
So don't turn a god into a demon, as a god into a demon, right? And so that's saying, like, usually when you practice mind training, then that should increase loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta in your mind. But instead, if it decreases, then that's that's turning God into the demons.
오케이?
가서 대절을 걸어줘라.
네, 가로 라도도 봐서. 딜러다 쩐지 연락도 또 들마쳤어. 대 타마타마다.
왜?
준된 바데.
맞다. 하도도 마법을 가르쳐 된다. 저는 지금 없어. 되어들라.
그래. 다 이제 안에
단다디.
전다대 가는 간도 로종 집에 단다 가려서나
저 가자도 쳐도.
아니 소소질 안에 나자 중화다. 샤만지 체가 시들에서 이나 로종 집에는 소소랑 나자 체와지. 이제는 최소 중화. 제대 집어들잖아. 라도 봐버려서.
And so, if as a result of doing this practice, if you become more arrogant, more angry and more delusions, then that's turning the God into demon.
그래서 완전히도 로종지 세나 센들라 셴바치와데. 이제는 니제와 메바스. 랑젤라 레와치반제나 라데도 봐봐. 단자에 담비 추처좀 검자 라지 제타도 제들도 봐다 라지 파 둘둘도 그래서.
So it says like that. This generally refers, to a situation in which, having previously, propitiated some worldly gods, to others, and to gain success and so forth. So also, so it's also it says by way of analogy, if your pride, conceit, or hatred grows, stronger, and as a result of cultivation of mind training, this would be like turning a god into a demon.
다 주든 바데 아니 제둥 나와
좁게 봐야죠.
주든 바 주든 마셔 맞다
아,
주든 마셔 맞다
좁게 어디다?
내는 주든 마셔
아니나.
야
거라 주든 안하다.
너도
아,
너 거는도 대다 차 좁들 단다 간도 도카 라나 마카도 종가 무슨 되니 가서 셔 니도 셔
아, 레레레. 디니 가지고도.
되니 가서는 좁지 셔
좁게 어디?
내는
니는 가지야.
내가 지도 다 가지 다 담아들어 놓았어 제 동아와라 라 대와 와서 나선 방 와서 다 제나 동아셔나 소소라 계산용 거래 스마트 타용 도왔어.
And says that the 18th one says, don't seek suffering as a means to happiness, right? And so having like a ill will, so like causing, thinking that if I cause suffering to others, that will bring me happiness. And of course, that's as a mind training practitioner should not have that at all.
다들 전설라도 지금 딱 땡간돌아 용 거였을 때다 잡아서 니가 이랬어. 이온도라 나사슈나 달라 녀바쇼 산다한테 말했어.
It's like doctors saying that if there is a patient, then I will make money. Right? So it's good for me. So Geshe was saying that the monks also make a thing, and if there are sick people, I can do more prayers now. Then I will do more money. So if there are people with the trouble, then I can do prayers for them, right? Then I'll get more offerings.
아니 저보다 희나 갈 빼자라 그래. 너도 가지 내가 그러스. 나 딱으로
So Pama.
수수 파마다 수수 빈자 토는 가는 게 덕분에서 해요. 그래서 야보여서 말았어.
It's the same like people in America, all like so they wait for their parents to die so that they can have their wealth, right? So if they die, then I will have their wealth, like that kind of things also.
아니 가지가나 다디 시와나 나라 수수라나 소는 마토 그랬더니 요소라 삼고 요소라 봤어.
Daddy.
미치 소소가 변나 미 딱으로 가지 미들의 시와나 되게 손님도 소소를 도고 됐더래. 캐나디지인데 요소라 봐.
And then there's also some people and some kind of belief, not like Westerners or Easterners necessarily, but some belief, some kind of religious belief that if somebody dies, you get their merit. So if your enemy or somebody dies, then you will get their merit. That's that belief, right?
Okay.
So thinking like that.
딱
so
강인제들 다 날쌘 빠서 날쌘.
Anyway, so that's also like kind of a covetousness, to covet, for that. So,
Okay.
Give up covetousness.
Okay. That's it. 당어도 걸 맞힌 독이다. Okay. Who can go over? Yeah, or 18 or 17. Just go slowly. 나도 당보들 쓰면 was. Okay, I'm
So
going
the
to
first,
slow.
right? Constantly train in the three general points.
아니 당보들 가려서 나는 수수고 라와 강 켈라바데 때 야보 송고 그래 졸로조냐 미치가.
So the three general points, there are three, right? Three of first three. And then what is the first one of the first three, first point? Huh?
Yeah, peace up yeah.
To keep vows, right? To keep the vows.
Okay? 아니 니바데 아니 소소라 로조 연도도 지나까지 밀어봐 잡라지요 말이스.
And then the second one, not broadcasting your practice. Huh?
Don't be reckless.
Oh, you should change your
Arrogant.
declaration, but not your manner.
Yeah.
Broadcast
Yeah, don't podcast,
Yeah.
okay?
Exactly.
And then somebody anything 다 쇼리 맞아서 로조 쇼리 지요 말이스.
And then the third one is,
Do not mention others' defects.
third one,
No.
the third general point,
Do not mention
bias, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be biased, yeah.
다 지와티 아니 현지 연락을 좀 맞았어.
And then the fourth one is,
Change your attitude while remaining.
no, don't speak of others' defects.
Okay?
That's the fourth one, right?
And then 500 아니 현지 좀 맞음스.
And don't reflect on the others and the shortcomings. That's the fifth one.
That's the fifth one,
Okay?
okay.
Five is don't speak of others' defects. Four
Yeah.
is
Don't
your practice.
the fifth one is don't reflect on others' shortcoming.
Okay?
Yep.
디질라 아니 녀모까지 내라져 소소 녀모까지 땡라져.
Sixth is the first purify whatever affliction is strongest.
아니 디질라 아니 레와레와라 저 빠스.
And then the seventh is give up all hopes of reward.
아니 제와테 두친지 세마세 라친지 방고레스.
And eighth is to discard poisoned food. Means like give up.
That's nine.
Huh?
What?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9 is discard poisoned food, right?
아니
So it means like to give up self-cherishing attitude.
오케이. 아니 디지데 중선보 빠스.
The grudge is 10.
And then 10th is don't hold grudges.
아니 디지데 아니 다 가지 생 두저들 받자 말랍스.
And then the 11th, right? Yeah.
오케이. 아 디지들라 아니 타마구스.
12 is don't lie in ambush.
오케이. 현지 내와요는 맞지 받다 소수 삼도 소마데란드로. 디지라 아니 내람마 법스.
And then
아니 미 창조다 칭밤 칭칭 말랍스.
so don't strike at the heart. Don't say bad words.
아니 디지오데 아니 소수 개코마도 말카 카요 마샤스.
And then the 14th is don't put a horse's load on a pony.
아니 따티 데나데 아니 소수 크마도 말카 카요 마샤스.
And so means like don't put the blame on others.
아니 미 셴베 그래도 소수 키마도세로.
So don't put the faults or the blames on others, and then the next one is don't take the the credits, from of the others.
아니 수수 로존데 수수 첸디가 아니 마나 마차와 되게 치다 로존 마치스. 로존 되게 배차 다 마차스. 로존 시와티.
티건데.
아 다들 가 고린 조송아. 아 또롱 마차세들이. 주두파 니나라 주두파 되셔.
그래서디.
간에 첸디 내다 켄드리 시와치들 소마차세들이.
그래.
간에 당이 찍고는다 또롱 마차세들이.
도로 문제들.
또롱 마차. 디지털 하드도 뭐 봐.
하도 about that digital.
What number?
Okay, don't miss 그래서 그래.
Yeah, don't miss your practice. What number?
16?
Okay.
Yeah, don't misuse the practice as the right?
And then 하드도 뭐 봐.
And then don't turn the God into demon.
되게 되나가는데 소소 냠내 잡았는데 내차 시하다 고로 챘다 마차스로.
And so as a result of doing one's practice, don't have the delusions and increased.
Like me, I say, you guys just doesn't know anything. Like guys, I'm the Geshe. 대제다 라도 파워라.
Then I'm turning the God into demon.
Right? I just try to put down you guys like that. You know, so I did practice Buddhism 30 years. You guys just know, you don't have any idea what's going on like that. But even the two, it doesn't matter. Even the two doesn't matter. Just I just put you guys down, right? Okay. 다 접지 바디 any 다 가지 소소라 개발하야 다 밀 두번 싶삼마 됐어.
And then the 12th one is don't seek
18.
suffering as a means to happiness. So don't for once in happiness, don't wish others to suffer.
Okay. Yes.
In the translation that's in this liberation, the palm of your hand, it says, "Do not run a race," and then the commentary on it says, "Do not be in a hurry to get possession of something that is common property, or try to get the best of yourself
Yeah,
by
that's
being the first." So it almost sounds to me like it means don't be competitive.
like compare. It's like very similar, yeah. Like you compare or just okay, I want the best one or something, This is like very similar, they all, yeah. This one also maybe more common for Westerns. Maybe Tibetans is a little less. Here, if you're not good, after your parents die, the kids get fight. Puppetry. Okay? Now you can go to without looking at the page. Can you go through?
A lot of memorization. You have to memorize
Yeah.
a lot of slogans.
Yeah.
How many
The 18.
in total there are?
Total 18.
No, but I'm talking about from the whole thing. You're talking about starting from. No, I think it's 39, something like that.
It's not
Mind
39.
training slogans.
Oh yeah. Fourth year, not just 7 parts, right? Seven outlines.
How many? 37? How many are there?
365, one for every day of the year.
Huh?
I'm talking about.
One slogan for every day of the year.
One miss, one look.
직지.
Alele. Yeah, you can do that now. One verse memorize. When 100 days, you have 100 syllables you memorize. But you guys have the difficult to memorize this.
Stanza. So one stanza a day. If you memorize one stanza, which has 4 lines usually, right? So if you memorize one stanza a day, in 100 days, you'd have 400 lines.
Therefore, for you guys, more not, like Tibetan monks tradition, they have to memorize all the words. Also good for the meaning. But you guys have maybe different, maybe traditional, different meaning. You don't have to memorize the words. They try to memorize the meaning, just one by one. Okay?
Without memorizing it's really hard because you have so many
Yeah.
to not be able to start somewhere with the actual slogan, with the actual like put all blame onto one. Like we know what that means, but we have to have that to I have to memorize that
Okay.
because there's so many other ones too.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are more coming. More coming there.
There's hardly anything I know.
Okay. Now, that 네 된다 labja 돈도 소소 캡상에 쳇다 ane museum bala ya kanji nuya ge leka ma ches.
So for your own benefit, don't try to cause harm to others. In short, all this.
This is the combined, okay? This is the condense. We like the condense, right? Okay? This is our how you say?
Summarized.
Yeah, summarize, okay?
Outline.
Yeah. But try to is good, Even you cannot memorize the words, just meanings, just use, lay down, just. If you're very serious, you stay home, go back, just lay down, you say, okay, for you do couple minutes, you're very serious. Right now, we are not really serious. You just, oh yeah, you talk about that, oh yeah, that, so many words, oh, that's so complicated. What they talk about that? We're not really familiar, really serious. You guys stay there, that's not really serious, just thinking, oh yeah, all this complicated, very funny, like that, people will think that. Now you just go very serious, go home, just focus a couple minutes, just read, slowly read, then put your book here, think about one by one. 3 times, then tomorrow very easy to come back. Okay? Any other questions? Yes.
Just a little unclear, because the first explanation made more sense with the don't sprint to win a race. It's a little unclear just because when you originally said it means don't take the credit when others have helped. But in a race, nobody's helping you, you're by yourself, and the only way to win is by sprinting. And so, and the other one was saying not to be competitive, but competition is good because you get the best outcome. Like the monks compete in debate, and that's how they get the best
Don't
outcome.
run a race. Well, but also I wouldn't agree that you have to sprint to win a race. I mean, you don't, you wouldn't,
might have to.
in an endurance, you might have to, but you don't have to.
But it might be in that race that.
I think it's referring to being overly competitive.
So I don't
That
know
it's
that-
detrimental.
Competitive in Dharma sense.
One-upsmanship.
Yeah, like if you're trying to compete with other Dharma practitioners. But if you're competing to help, like monks are competing all the time in debate, but for the sake of learning. And usually in competition, you get the best outcomes.
I thought it meant more like don't rush to take credit for something that other people have helped with.
Yeah, that
think
makes,
it's like a
well,
cross
that
between both.
meaning makes sense with the analogy with the races. You're not on a team, you're by yourself. There's nobody helping you in a race.
Yeah,
It's like you're racing up to take the credit
Well, that's the one, but that
when
nobody's,
everybody else helped.
nobody helped in a race though.
I know, but just, it's rushing to take credit for something. So it's like
Yes,
you're racing to get the credit.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Worded that way, that makes sense. Don't race to take credit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're not things to done, you have to work hard, because you're just only looking for the rest. That's correct.
Okay, so the word race was used differently by you. I was using it in the, like now, you were saying verb, don't race to credit.
I think Bob said this is more makes sense, yeah.
That makes sense, because I
Yeah.
thought maybe if you're in a race, that's not a team, that's everybody competing. and
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to sprint.
Yeah, Bob said this is more makes sense, yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
This is good, yeah. We also, we discussion they make more sense. Sometimes now we try to better, you guys doesn't understand what means they talk about that. Because you just feel the English word and more easy also. Maybe same meaning that different use a different word. Much easier. Oh, really? I know that. I remember one time I learned a problem, no problem. I really work hard, I said, wow, no problem. Ask Tomchi, I said, I learned this, no problem. He said, yeah, you know that. I said, why? We always say no problem. I said, really, that works? Like that, You say you don't know, you say that you don't know, then someone else, oh, really that? Okay.
Wait, excuse me. I have a question for Ian. Where did you get such sexist ideas about men and women?
It's just an analogy. It's not saying all. And men and women are different.
Yeah, well, it's like, I was just horrified to hear that come out of your mouth. It's like,
Don't be horrible.
what?
Because they both, it's an old saying. So I've heard somebody else who said.
Yeah, probably very old.
Well, not really, no, men and women bond differently.
Okay. This is okay.
Women do not bond by being insincere. Okay,
No, I didn't
let's
say
that.
I'm not insincere, but men can be more rash.
Yeah,
Alright.
sometimes shouldn't be repeated.
I mean, it's out of context.
Okay.
Okay. this next week we have 21 memorized, okay? You have to.
What did you say?
21
Precepts.
precepts.
The practices.
Oh, next time.
Okay? But this is homework. You have to memorize this one, okay? 18. Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
Please turn to page 39. Saji Fuki Jun Shi Mei Tong Tram Ri Ra Ming Ji Ni De Gen Pa Di Sang Ge Jing Du Ming Te Ua Yi Zhou Ku Nam Dan Ji La Che Pa Shou Jie Tsun Lam Ne Hun Se Rab Ten Ching Nam Ka Chin Le Chou Zhu Ye Pa Dang Lo Song Ten Pe Jun Me Sa Sum Yi Zhou Wei Mun Sel Ta Tu Ne Gyö Ching Yi Dang Guru Rama Mandala Kam Niyatayami. For my two collections, vast as space, that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds' wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my life's manjushri. May I find the best of the completed graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhists by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the paths as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddhist teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever directions the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddhist deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this great course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhists and their children, may all human and non-human beings who would eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent path never be parted in their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrei Zig remain in life in samsara zen. Page 49. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjuna's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent praise, honoring the three jewels, Savior, myself, and others, your disciples, please, please live long. Prayers of dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly have the Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Mikmek se wei te chen chen rezu, dream it can pay, wang bo chong pel yang, gan chen ke pe, sun gen song ka pa, lo son jong pe, Geshe.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Dancer.
Any announcements for anybody?
Well, this weekend,
Yeah.
so, this weekend, we're having a Tara recitation retreat, and, we're going, Geshe, the Tibetan community going to be here for this weekend retreat also? Okay, so, starts at 9, and it goes until 5, I believe, on Saturday, and 9 until.
9 to 4 Sunday.
4 Sunday, and then it's Kurukulla
Kurukulla, 5 to 7:30.
Yeah.
Sunday.
And Mama Sun Kappa Day is Sunday.
Yeah. And
Yeah, we have lunch, dinner, breakfast.
and we'll be dedicating all to the long life of His Holiness the